Hey everyone, this is Alex from ninjateacher.com. I've taken a little day trip outside of the city of Saigon here in Vietnam to this spot. It's just a small little island. As you can see behind me, there's some floating houses. It's a very nice little spot. Just wanted to get out of the city for a bit to get in some nature. And related to that, I wanted to talk about how long should you spend in a certain place, and specifically because this channel is about teaching English abroad, how long should you spend teaching English abroad in your life? Is it something that you want to do for an extended period of time? Do you just want to do it for a few months? What is the shortest you can do it? And how can you decide if it's something that you should do for an extended period of time? So I'm going to get into this in this video. I'll give you some thoughts of mine after living here in Asia for over 2 years now, almost 2.5 years. So I'll give you some insights that I have on this topic. So my experience of teaching in Asia has been a year-long contract in South Korea, after which I did some traveling and then came to Vietnam, where I actually taught a bit online. I did a bit of teaching here and there, and I've actually been working full-time now on ninjateacher.com, where I help place other people in teaching jobs and get started with TEFL programs and stuff like that. So now the question is, what is the right amount of time for you? So there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this, and that's actually a really nice thing, because you can both do it for an extended period of time or a short period of time if that's what you want. So a lot of people do want to come out and just teach for maybe a year. Now South Korea is a great option for that because they have year-long contracts, after which you get a bonus, you get free accommodation and housing, and you can come over to South Korea, and it's a great first world country to live in, lots of modern amenities, and after that you get this big bonus paycheck at the end of that. You can travel around Asia after that with the money you've saved, or you can take money home. So a year-long period is a very good option. Now here in Vietnam it's similar. You have some of the really good schools, like some of the ones I'm working with, will offer year-long contracts very similar to that of South Korea's, and you can do that and do a year-long stint here in Vietnam too. As well as China, there's options in Thailand. So I think a year is a very good period of time to do it, because you get an opportunity to experience the culture, really go in depth, living in a different culture where you haven't before, and you get to know the people, experience the food, travel around. Whereas if you just do it for a few months, it's kind of not really enough time to experience the culture and a place very deeply. So what about teaching for a shorter period of time than that? Well, Vietnam is actually one of the best countries to teach for a short period of time, because there is an opportunity to pick up work for shorter periods. For example, like going through the TEFL program that we offer at ninjateacher.com here in Ho Chi Minh City, you can do this month-long program and then get a job and teach for, maybe a few months after that. You don't have to stay and do long-term work, because there are schools that will hire you without signing like a long-term contract. So that's a really nice option. If you just want to come out and do a few months of teaching, you can come to Vietnam. Because of the visa situation, it is very easy to pick up work without going through the paperwork of getting the work permit and business visa, which can be a complete hassle a lot of the time. So what about long-term teaching options? Well, the nice thing about teaching ESL, the whole TEFL industry, is if schools see you have experience, that's a major plus on your resume. So if you come out and you start wherever you want, like in South Korea, for example, say you do a year-long contract there and you love it, you love traveling, you love the opportunity that teaching gives you to experience a new place and really stay there for a long time while earning a salary, check out all the crazy Korean culture, the K-pop stuff. Maybe you love that, and then you're like, okay, that was cool, but I want to do this more, where else can I go? Well, China is a booming market right now. You could go over to China and teach for another year there. You could come over here to Vietnam. Thailand is, fantastic. The salary is a little bit lower than Vietnam, but such a beautiful country, nice people. Southeast Asia has all those warm, loving people. That's is one of the reasons I love it out here so much. So yeah, if you want to do it long term, the experience really builds up, and when you have a bunch of experience on your resume and you show that to schools, they're really happy to hire someone with some teaching experience. So it goes a long way to getting salary bumps, to getting good jobs, to getting more offers, and that way you can just continue your experience abroad. Now, in terms of getting started, well, it's fairly easy to get started with a bachelor's degree and a TEFL certification, whether it's an in-class or online one. The in-class ones are good to get some extra experience. Schools really like to see that. So you could come over to Vietnam and do an in-class course here, or get one online if you feel confident, like you could just you pull it off without actually having any experience. Maybe you've got some coaching experience, and then you just want to get that TEFL to boost your resume and look better to schools. And then of course, if you find that teaching is something that you really love, that's a calling for you, that's a career path for you, something you want to carry on doing for a long period of time, then actually teaching abroad is a fantastic opportunity to advance your teaching career, because you can upgrade as you go along. You could get a teaching license if you don't have one already, and then get jobs at international schools, which are fantastic. If you know this is something you want to do, and the cool thing is you can dip your feet in and test it out. See if it feels like something you'd want to do, and if it is, then you can carry on doing it and upgrade your qualifications, get a SALSA course. SALSA certification is accredited by Cambridge University. A lot of schools really love to see that. You can get a master's in TEFL. There's a lot of options for really upgrading your qualifications. Then with more experience, you can get better jobs, and you can move into higher positions in schools. You can actually be a teacher manager or something like that. So there's a lot of options if you want to do it long term too. And I would say this is a smaller percentage of people that want to do it for the rest of their life, basically. But a lot of people do want to do it for an extended period of time. And just diving in and getting going is a great way to decide. You don't have to commit to doing this for the rest of your life. You can come do it for a year, come do it for even a few months. Although I do recommend you commit to a certain period of time to give it a shot and see if it's something that you'd want to do. Also, a lot of those contracts are 1 year long. And it's actually very interesting. I thought that a lot of people who contacted me would be saying along the lines of, oh yeah, I'm just wanting to do it to make some money while I travel. And that's the case for a lot of people, and I think that's okay. You can still give value to these kids. You can still be a great teacher for a short period of time. You don't have to be a qualified teacher to make a difference. I really believe that. And I know some people will disagree, but I think that you can definitely make a difference just even with a bachelor's degree and doing a TEFL certification and then teaching. As long as you bring the passion and the energy and the enthusiasm, then you can really make a difference and help these kids. At least it's just a job that will make you some money while you travel. What I do like to see though is a lot of people love the idea of helping people and actually making a difference and actually doing the whole teaching thing for at least a period of their life. Maybe not forever, but they want to give it a shot, or they want to go ahead and just try it out for a while. Alright, so I hope this video gave you some ideas on how long you might like to teach out here. If it's something you'd like to do for a short period of time, or you might just want to come over and give it a shot and try it for a while you travel. Anything is an option really with this whole teaching abroad thing. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to get more videos about living and teaching abroad. Head over to ninjateacher.com. Check out our TEFL programs and options for getting started. This is something that I'm doing full-time now, helping other people get started. So that's it for me, and make sure to stay tuned for more. So see you again. Cheers. So after our trip outside the city, decided to just head over to this little ice cream cafe and get some awesome cake. I love all the little cafes here in Saigon and Ho Chi Minh City. So beautiful surrounding nature, but also cool spots you can go in the city. So that's it for me. Peace.